Hi everybody, this is my week 4 discussion board post and my 5 takeaways to the video. But wait, how does the media tell you what to think? And how he asked we're all questioning, does the media actually control our brain and how we think and buy things and do things? My first takeaway is about the hyperthermic needle module and how, the media basically takes its whole audience as a whole and thinks that it's going to inject all that information like a serum into your brain, that you're basically just going to respond to it all the same way and be, directly impacted by it and take away that information forever. In some aspects, I still think that actually still happens today. And we don't directly actually see that in a way. It's kind of an indirect thing. I think the social media takes advantage of our, fears, our interest, our dislikes, and runs with it. So then instantly it knows how it can perceive information to us and how it knows we're going to instantly respond to it or not. So like even the specific audiences it targets, it's going to directly hit you. So like if it knows you're looking for cars, it's going to advertise you with these great sales and possibly these ridiculous, sales advertisement people who are going to persuade you to come to their store and, test drive their cars. And, maybe tax season, and they know you're getting a tax return. So they instantly know they can inject your brain with things that you might need or want. So I thought that was pretty interesting, because it leads us to that next 2-step flow, which is my second takeaway. And he talks about how it inserts a middleman of authority figure, someone we trust or know. It doesn't have to be anyone of popularity. Sometimes it is. That captures our attention and our trust to get us to buy things. We are always all influenced by that. We even buy into it with the news. When the news media tells us, it's going to rain today, we all put on raincoats. We trust that. And then say we move to another country or somewhere and we don't necessarily trust them and we risk it and we don't listen to them and we go without preparation or something like that because we listened to a friend that told us, hey, the weatherman here doesn't always tell us the truth about the weather. We don't always know if it's going to be right or it's not. I live in Texas, and I'm sure people in Oklahoma say the same thing. If you don't like the weather, well, wait 5 minutes. It's silly, but it changes all the time. Like this morning, it was 58 degrees. This afternoon, it's going to be 86. Do we wear a coat? Do we wear layers? We don't know. It's your preference, right? It's what feels comfortable for you. Which, leads us to the next point, which is that use of gratification theory. Are we going to pick the products based off of how we feel it gives us gratification or not? Do we agree with what the effects are of it? Does it make us happy? Is it worthy of our repeat, purchase? I know I take a, impact on that. I've bought Tide because it was something that many people use in my life and tell me that it works great on their clothes, but I actually don't like Tide. It smells funny to me and it does not get the smells out of my clothes properly, I think, or, I have kids and the stains don't always come out, so I prefer a different brand based off of my use of gratification from it. And someone else from that 2-step theory that, gave me advice to use a different product. And so I thought that was interesting, and it always has an interest on me on that. But the problem is, which leads me to like my 5th point, is gratification really our self-controlled decision? This use of gratification that the media puts on us. Because, like I said, I just bought Tide based off of what the commercials were saying. I didn't do it based off myself, thinking. I didn't do my real research. I didn't look into, what the reviews say. Like when I buy something on Amazon, I'll usually see first, Did it get good results? Is this something that is actually worth my money? And that's a problem in society. We are so quick to trust people that we are used to and familiar with that sometimes we forget to do our research and our homework, and it causes us, times to often make mistakes, and we, cost us money too. We don't like that. So, it's partially about that mirror exposure effect, where a physiological phenomenon by which people tend to develop a preference for things merely because they are familiar with it. I definitely do that all the time. I'm afraid to buy certain things that are new to me because I don't know if I'm going to like it, because I'll be fair with you, though, honest with you, I'm not exactly a rich person, of course, so I don't have the time or money to waste on something new. But I will tell you, with this pandemic being the way it is, it's had to make me change my preferences or the brands, because it's, with the way the pandemic happened, it changed what was available. They weren't producing the same stuff or the same products in grocery stores, so I didn't have my favorite brand of shampoo or something, for example, so I had to switch. And that's interesting in itself because it made me switch, and I don't know if I found something new out of it, honestly. I still prefer the things I used to use. And that's an interesting theory, but it definitely is a problem that the media has a tendency to gloss over on us. We're not sure if we're making these decisions purely off of what the media is telling us, or if it's a preference. And again, if we're trying to remember to do that. And then I do want to actually kind of go over his questions, which is kind of interesting to me, which is, and I think that was my fifth point, the mirror exposure effect, because I talked about the uses of gratification, the problem, the two-step flow, and I also talked about the hyperthermic needle module. And his question was, which three of these theories do I think are most believable, or how do I see them working together? What do I experience in my own media diet? Well, I see them all working together. Like I said, the hyperthermic needle, they pick their audience for a reason. Even with children, my kids will see an advertisement and they instantly are like, I see other kids playing with that and having fun, I must want that toy. And then, the two-step man, oh, well, these people look friendly and nice and I've trusted them before, so I'm going to buy it because of what they say. And also, wait a minute, I'm a little familiar with this brand, and even though this is new, I might buy it. So it definitely, in my opinion, all three of them, I think work together. And I thought this was a fun video. I look forward to hearing everyone else's opinions, and I hope y'all have a good week. Thank you for listening.